Hello. This is the January wrap-up. I can't believe I'm already saying that it's the January wrap-up. I feel like the month went by so fast. I can tell you for sure I did not finish my TBR for the month, but I'm okay. I'm not upset that I didn't get to finish. I was reading at my own pace, and sometimes that happens. But I do know that the books I didn't finish, I'll be putting onto my TBR for this month, which is February 1st as of today. So I'm going to talk about the books I read. The first book I actually read for the month is my first manga. I actually read Blue Exorcist Volume 1 by Kazu Kato. I've watched the anime, but I wanted to pick up the manga and see how I liked it, and I enjoyed it. I have volumes 2 and 3 already, so I plan to read volume 2 this month. I then picked up Ruthless God by Emily A. Duncan. It's the sequel to Gods and Monsters, I believe. I enjoyed it. It was a really good sequel to the first book. I enjoyed. And I'm excited for the third book that comes out next month, I believe. I then read Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, but the cool thing about Fangirl is they actually turned it into a manga. So I read the first volume of Fangirl by Sam Maggs. I enjoyed it. I could not put it down. Like, I started it, put it down for a little bit, and then I just continued reading it right the next day, and I finished it like in 2 days. I then listened to The Queen's Gambit by Walter Tevis. I picked up The Queen's Gambit because a friend of mine, 2 of my friends recommended it because they watched the Netflix show and then they read the book. I have read the book, found it interesting. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars because it was about chess and I'm not a huge chess person. But I still have to watch the Netflix show, so I still have to do that, but I enjoyed it. I then picked up The Lives of Saints by Leigh Bardugo. I decided to reread the Grishaverse trilogy, the Six of Crows duology, the King of Scars, because they created a Netflix show out of the world that starts in April. So I thought, oh, let me just let me reread the whole series. So I started off with the little novella, The Lives of the Saints. I then picked up Storm and Fury by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I enjoyed it. It was such a good book. I then picked up Rage and Ruin, which is the second book in the series. The third book comes out in June. I want it now because the second book ended on a freaking cliffhanger. I then read Parachutes by Kelly Yang. It was a really good book and I was very interested and I enjoyed it. I then picked up Carve the Mark by Veronica Routh. I really enjoyed it. I plan to pick up the second book this month. I then read Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I actually picked it up on audio, and let me tell you, I enjoyed it. I'm excited to read Siege and Storm next. And then my favorite book of the month was From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I could not put that book down when I really got into it. I loved it so much. I want the second book. I ordered the second book and it's coming next week. But I plan to read the second book this month to get ready for the third book that comes out in April. Yay. And then I read A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I am doing a whole freaking reread of the ACOTAR series because in 15 days, A Court of Silver Flames comes out. And I wanted to reread the series before it comes out. So those are the 12 books I read in the month of January. I wish I finished my TBR, but I'm happy I didn't. But yeah, that's what I've read, and thanks for joining me. Bye, guys.